welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Yasmin. Welcome back. I am going to give you guys a makeup tutorial on how I got this beautiful look. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel in the comments about this new look I got going on right here. And I'm also going to give you a wig review on this wig and the other wig that I was wearing earlier this week. So I got two videos for y'all. But yeah, just let me know how you guys feel in the comments, and I'll see you on my next video. Thanks. So first we are going to start off with Anastasia Brow Gel. I totally forgot to put on primer, but that's later. Next. And then we're going to go on with our dip brow. I use the color dark brown to help fill in my shades and the brow pencil. I got them both from either Ulta or Sephora. I don't really remember, but ever since I've been using this for the last 6 years, I haven't used a pencil since. It helps my small brows, I have like very thin brows, grow back faster too instead of using a pencil. I noticed with the pencils, my brows will have a little bump underneath because every time I'm using it, I'm sharpening it, and it's just terrible for my skin. So using the brush and dip brow, it works best for my skin, and you'll see me here brushing it in and making sure it's smooth before I put the concealer on. Dip, dip, dip onto the next brow. Normally I start with the outline of the bottom and the top and then fill in the middle. But this right here is the concealer. So once I get it filled in, I'll use the NARS concealer that matches my skin tone. I think what I have is either Caramel or Armad or whatever the name is. Can't think of it right now, but that works perfectly for my skin, and I don't really have to wipe it off. I can just get the brush to blend it out, and it completely sinks into my skin like butter. Like it's in there, it soaks like a sponge. But you see me making sure that that arch is perfecto. Mind you, it doesn't take me long to do my brows. I've been doing my brows since I think 11th or 12th grade. I just got tired of looking at how thin my brows are, and once I started doing them, I just couldn't stop. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and brush it in. Normally I just brush it like how I'm doing there. Other times I'll take a Q-tip to wipe off that excess concealer, because sometimes you can see it depending on your skin tone if you don't have the right color of concealer. But for me, I just brush it in and it blends in perfectly. So it's not really much that I needed to do, but I just make sure I blend it all the way up in my forehead, the middle of my brows, at the top. It's specifically at the top, so you don't see that big chunk of concealer just chilling on your brow. Just make sure I just brush that out all together. So now we're done with the brows. I go ahead and take my Urban Decay All Nighter powder just to pat it on my brows, because that's where I tend to have oil. So I just, pat around, and then I'll brush it with my Anastasia brush just to make sure that it's all blended. So now I'm going to take my Tarte concealer. Now this matches my skin tone too. I was amazed when I went and bought it. I don't have to use much, but I do put this on first before I use my foundation, because it's just easier for my skin to just sink in all together. I'll use my concealer, and then you'll see me grab my Fenty Beauty bronzer. I like using that one right there because it's the darkest. It's gonna go ahead and bring out my cheekbones, jawbones. It's gonna make that nose look snatched. I don't really like to, I said bronzer, I meant contour. I don't really like to contour my nose, honestly, because I like the size of my nose. I really don't have any complaints, but it's cute anyway. So now I'm gonna grab my MAC Mist primer. Sometimes I do use my Milk primer. Well, actually I use it all the time, but I guess for this video I just forgot to grab it. But I like to spray a little bit on my sponge and pat my concealer out. Normally I'll grab a brush to get the contour snatched on the face, but this time I just used the sponge and just patted it out. Now I normally go upward when I do the contour just to make sure that it's in all right areas of my cheekbone and my jawbone line. It just makes it look a lot neater for me. I mean, some people pat down. I don't know if it really matters. I'm not a makeup artist. I just do stuff for fun, so don't come for me. But I did have to lift the baby hairs up on this wig so I can get my entire forehead, because I don't like doing parts of my forehead. Then I take my wig off and it just looks weird. But here I am using my Soft Matte Foundation by Fenty in the color 440. I like using this one because I don't have a lot of oil on my face. I do have the liquid foundation, but the dry foundation is where it's at. And it just gives my skin what it needs. I don't have to worry about my skin looking super oily. Even if I use primer or any powder, my skin just be like, whatever, we gonna shine, whatever, regardless. So I'm just making sure I'm getting everywhere on my face. I have noticed throughout each season my skin tone is different. So 440 is the color now. I may be back to 430 when we hit springtime. I have like 7 different concealers and foundations, and it's a mess, but we're gonna make it work. So I'm gonna use my 440 concealer. Now for this, I feel like I messed up a little bit because the concealer is the same as the foundation that I use, and I know you're supposed to go lighter with concealer. For whatever reason, I grabbed it. It still turned out cute. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use my Pro Concealer in the color, I think it's Crystal. I got it from Ulta. That is going to bring out the brightness under my eyes. But for right now, I'm just going ahead and following the steps I did before I put the Soft Matte Foundation on and patted it out. But I just realized how orange this made my face look, but eventually I got it together. I never really have a set plan of what my look is going to be while I'm doing my makeup. It's still all new to me, although I've been doing my makeup since I was, 15, 16, one of those. It just fell apart. So that right there is the Pro Concealer I was just talking about in Crystal. I thought I was using way too much when I did it, but it worked out. That is what's going to bring that brightness out. Now, I do have translucent powder. The difference between this and translucent powder is that it doesn't make my face look ghosty, like somebody needs to throw some oil on my face. I just don't like the way the translucent powder looks, but for this, it brought out the concealer altogether, and it looked cute, especially when you put your powder on. I don't think it matters if you use honey or brown or even translucent powder on top, but for me, I use the honey powder by Fenty Beauty. And I don't bake. I think if I bake, my skin will shrivel up and just, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. But this right here is the setting powder I was just talking about. I use a little bit. I only set it on for about less than 2 minutes, honestly, because I don't know how bright my under eyes are gonna look. I haven't tried to bake, honestly. I have left it on for about 5 minutes at one point, and I looked like a ghost, so maybe I was using the wrong products or whatever. But with this honey powder, it looked good to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up under my eyes. I do my jawline because I like the way that my face just pops when I put it on. And I try to do my nose too, just so that way that oil doesn't just pop out and say hello out of nowhere. I get the middle of my eyebrows, my forehead, my smile lines, my chin. So after I'm done, I wipe it off and I do the bronzer. So this here is my Crayon Case bronzer book. Now this has more than, I want to say, 12 colors for bronzing. I normally just use the darkest brown that I have just to contour my nose, but this works. I use it for eyeshadow. I use it for blush. There's no highlight in there though, but I do have a ton of eyeshadow palettes that I use to highlight. Although I do have highlight, but eyeshadow works too. No biggie. But yeah, I'm trying to do the best I can to get them eyes without having to take these lashes back off and reapply. And I like the way that it makes my eyes look shaped. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just makes my eyes pop. So I'm going to use the same one, just a color up, to do my cheeks. I like this color honestly because I'm not a caramel color, I'm more of a honey brown. It just matches my skin, and I brush up just so that way I get my cheekbone. And you see I'm just trying to move my face to make it work so that way I'm putting it in the right spot. I mean, I'm still learning. I could be going a little too far up or too down, but it looked cute to me after, so we're gonna make it do what it do. And sometimes I do use the same color I'm using on my cheekbones for eyeshadow. It works. So now this eyeshadow palette I cried for last Christmas when it came out. I couldn't find it anywhere, so when I finally found it, I cried and it was out of stock. So this is like my third time ever using it. Yeah, I cried over it and only used it 3 times, but I'm using, I think it's the reddish color for eyeshadow, and I'm only going to use 2 out of that palette because I don't really want to go too much into eyeshadow. I think that night I was just trying to do a cute little look and take it off. I do put on a full face of makeup and take it right back off. I honestly don't like wearing makeup, but the more I practice, the better it gets. So this was just something quick for me to do. So I'm just going ahead and making sure I'm doing the fullness of my eyelid. It's gonna come out cute. You're gonna see. So now I'm using the other reddish orange color. I actually need to get the palette to show you guys what actual colors I use, but I'll put it in the description. But I'm getting the creases of my eyes so that way you can see my eyes pop. I'm gonna get the bottom of my eyelid too. Now my waterlines, they literally get activated once I get close to them. I do wear contacts, but I think if I even do mascara, eyeliner, whatever it is, my eyes will tear up. I don't like it, but it is what it is. There is times where my contacts have came out of my eyes as I'm doing my makeup because my water lines are just tripping, but whatever. It's working tonight though, so it didn't give me that much of a hard time. But yeah, so I'm just making sure I'm blending it out at the bottom. Alright, so now we got lips. I got the Fenty Beauty in my lips. I'm clumsy, I dropped it. And I have me some Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. That mascara is life. I've used plenty of mascaras in my lifetime, and this right here, it does what it needs to do. I honestly can never get my bottom lashes to pop, but once I start using this, I have more faith that my bottom lashes are real bottom lashes, because I really didn't think I had bottom lashes until I actually started doing my bottom lashes. But this right here, you need to get you some. I don't care if it's a big bottle, the full size, or the sister bottle. Either one, you need to get it. This and NARS mascara works really well. Only difference is the brush. I love the brush on the Too Faced, but the NARS mascara works good as, Too Faced. But I'll go with Too Faced over NARS. But I bought both. Something's wrong with me, obviously. But I am going to use my NYX lip liner. I do have it in brown. Mind you, I'm still getting used to using lipstick, lip gloss, and lip liner because I will Carmex the mess out of my lips 24 hours a day. But I have to get out of that routine and start to use a little bit more lip gloss because, I like to switch it up a little bit. But I'm making sure that I get the full lip, and I'm going to go ahead and blend it out best way I can before I put on my soft matte lipstick. I like the soft matte lipstick because it dries very quickly and
You'll see it
it just looks
Look on the black
natural
thing I have in
versus
there.
lipstick. Most lipsticks just look bulky and
Yes, by the wall.
just too much. But I'm gonna use
My black organizer
this,
is
let
on
it
there.
go ahead and dry before I put my lip gloss on. Mind you, I do a couple different combinations of colors, so I try to match it up with my eyeshadow best way as possible. And I'm just going back in with my highlight basically to go underneath my brows because I like my nose, my brows, the creases of my eyelid and my nose to match in color. Like sometimes if I'm doing more than one color for my eyeshadow, I do more than one color for highlight. But this, I just couldn't resist. I had to get the bottom of my eyebrows for whatever reason. And then I did the middle of my brows. And then I'm doing my little mustache. I don't know what's wrong with me. Can't even see it in pictures, but it was cute to me. So I just went with the flow. I told y'all I don't be knowing what kind of look I want until I'm done. So I didn't forget to do my setting spray after. Praise the Lord. Spray, spray, spray. I had to get in front of the fan because I couldn't sit from the camera and let it air dry like that. But it came out gorgeous. So this is the, I should have put some black eyeliner on where the lash line is, but whatever. But it came out cute. Came out real cute. And then these are some pictures of the before and after. So this is the aftermath. The first wig, I did change wigs. This is the second picture. The third picture. And you get it. You get the rest. So I'm going to start doing more videos. I have no idea why I have these creases under my eyes like this when I did the concealer and the setting powder trick. But it is what it is. I'll get better in due time. So let me know how you guys are feeling about this video in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you're feeling about it. Give me some tips, ladies. I know you're watching. Let me know what I should do. I am a little bit fresh into doing makeup consistently now. So whatever products you have or recommendations, just let a girl know. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a makeup tutorial. And I do have another one coming up. Thanks for watching. Bye.